Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're going to go on with an autumn get ready with me. To start, I went in and primed my eyelids. I used the MAC paint pot in soft ochre. This is just quite a yellow tinge to it and it's incredibly opaque as well, so it helps like kind of cancel out veins and redness. I just placed that all over the eye and smooth it out. And then once I'd done that, I went in with the Tartlette in Bloom palette. This is absolutely stunning. And it smells like sweet vanilla. I went in with the lightest shade and basically just set that paint pot in place with that all over the eyelid. And I also did it under the eye as well, just to make the shadows easier for blending when we come to kind of smoke it out. I then went in with a very light crease transition shade. This is almost the exact same colour as my skin, and basically this is just to help all the darker shades on top blend in, and I just go back and forth in windscreen wiper motions. I then went in with a slightly darker shade, so this was maybe 2 or 3 shades darker than the kind of main transition, and again I just went back in where I put that transition shade and just kind of build the colour up slowly. That's the best way to achieve a seamless blended look. And I then went in with another darker shade on top of that. Now this is Rebel, and I put this on the kind of outer V shape as well as in the crease and just blended it out. And I'm actually using a natural hairbrush for this because it helps to pick up the product, but also really helps to kind of blend things out seamlessly as well. I then went in with Leader, which is a kind of really dark aubergine shade, and again focused this on the kind of outer V and then directly in the kind of main crease area, the deepest part of the socket, and just went back and forth using windscreen wiper motions and circular kind of buffing motions to both blend it on the lid and under the eyes as well, just to create a really nice smoked out look. Obviously, if you wanted to do this for daytime, you don't have to go as dark as this, but I went in with, it's not actually a black shade, it's almost like a very deep dark charcoal grey. And again, focus this on the outer third and in the socket. And then went on to do the skin, and I did the eyes first because this palette does create a little bit of fallout, so I want to be able to kind of have my eyes the way I want them and then go in with the skin, so the skin still looks dead seamless and tidy. And I went in with the One Step Correct just to kind of even out my redness, although it didn't really do much. And I then went in with Tanya Face Illuminator, and this was just to keep the glow and luminosity in my skin, you know, before applying like any foundation or anything like that. And I then went in with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick in Y205, I believe. It does have like more of a kind of neutral tinge to it, and this is quite light. And the one thing I have noticed with normal stick foundations, I find them go very drying on my skin because my skin is already quite dry anyway, but this is beautiful. It's really creamy. The one thing I will say is it does blend better with a brush than a wet beauty blender. If you're going to blend it with the beauty blender, make sure it's wrung out really, really well and that there isn't any kind of excess moisture in there, because that will move the product and stop it from sticking. I then went under the eyes and down the centre of the face. This was with the Urban Decay Naked Skin concealer in Fair Neutral. That's the lightest shade. This is my favourite concealer. I absolutely love it. I've not tried the Tarte Shape Tape. It is almost impossible to get in the UK unless you buy it from QVC, and it costs £30, and I am not paying £30 for a concealer. So this one is great. Most others I've tried don't really work as well as this. It just creates a nice light base and just brightens all the under eye section, but also doesn't feel cakey and drying on my skin, which I really like. And I just blended that with a damp beauty blender. I say beauty blender, it's not, it's the Real Techniques Complexion Rescue Sponge, I think. And then I went in with this HD powder by New Look. This is actually really nice. It's really finely milled. And it's really, really nice to wear on the skin because it doesn't feel like you've caked your skin up with powder. And I did basically just get what was in the cap and it was basically just very, like, it was just remnants, so you don't need a lot of that. I then went in with Hoola. It does look quite a lot warm on camera, but actually in real life it's a really nice shade. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's just really nice to create a really natural kind of bronze look. And I wanted a little bit more bronze, something slightly warmer, so I went in with the bronzer, which I believe is called Malibu. This is from the Chrissy Tiegan palette. And then on top of that, I went in with the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in Celestial. I have a couple of colours, I think I've got Sunlight as well, and actually they're very oily and they set incredibly quickly, I mean within a couple of seconds. So you need to blend in almost instantly for you to really get payoff, and you really don't need a lot of this on the face at all. I mean, I even put a little bit too much on, because it can go like cakey if you put too much on. But it's just about experimenting with it and working with it. I'm working quickly and I used a damp beauty blender. This is the best way to apply that to the skin. I did want to go over the top of that and just set it a little bit. So I used the Lovelight highlighter and Blinded by the Light. These are okay, they're very like, it's very difficult to get colour from them. I really have to dig my finger in to get, you can see there they're not massively pigmented, but I suppose if you do like quite a subtle highlighter, then this would be quite a good one, because it does feel quite gritty, but actually it is really nice and subtle when you apply it on the face. Obviously it looked really intense here just because I'd applied it on top of the Cover FX, but it is really nice. I then used that in the inner corner just to brighten up the eyes, and I also went in with this kind of lightest kind of foiled glittery shade just on the inner third or inner 2/3 of the eye, just to create a nice ombre between and transition obviously between the darker shades. I then curled my lashes. And a really nice tip as well, just so you guys know, is when you're curling your lashes, if your lashes are anything like mine, really stubborn, really straight, use a waterproof mascara, but also heat up your eyelash curlers, which sometimes I do in like maybe 20 or 30-second bursts just with a hairdryer, and that works really well to kind of help keep the curling. For this, I then went in with the waterproof Better Than Sex. I hate the original, it flakes, it crumbles, but the waterproof version is incredible. It is a bitch to get off though, so make sure you have a really good oil-based cleanser on hand to take that off. And it is quite a dry formula as well, so make sure this is the only mascara you have open at any one time, because this will dry up really quickly. To complete the look, I wanted like a really nice kind of dark lip, just to kind of tie in with the kind of autumny, kind of aubergine shades in the eye look. So I actually went in with this liquid lipstick by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is in the shade Heathers. These are quite drying as well, so you do need only to apply a very thin coat, and they are quite opaque. You can see the darker shades are a little bit more patchy, but you can just, less is definitely more with these. And thank you very much for watching, guys. Like, subscribe and comment below if you have any questions. Thank you, bye.